Alaska, where we talk about all things wellness. And today we are asking a therapist. We have Deja Hurt Davis, LPC. Put some respect on their name. Um, Deja is a holistic practitioner and the owner of Deeper Healing, a practice rooted in care that is gender affirming, poly and kink supporting, and deeply understanding of neurodivergent experiences. When I read that, I was like, yes, yes, and more yes. Welcome, Deja. How are you?
Oh my goodness, I am doing well. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Yes, I'm so excited to have you. So let's just jump in. Tell us, who are you? Where are you from? Like, who is the person behind Deeper Healing?
Ooh, okay. So yes, my name is Deja. I currently live in San Antonio. I am married. I've been married to my wife for 3 years, but we've known each other like 12 years. So love that for me. That's really my best friend.
That's beautiful.
And we have a little dog, a little mini doodle, and his name is Berlin. He's real sweet. He's outside right now, but he's real sweet, real precious, very needy. Um, and I'm originally from Oklahoma. Yes, Oklahoma, born and raised. Moved out here for my wife. She was in the military, and yeah, that's kind of about me. I really love to read. I love to listen to music. I love to dance. I love the work that I do. I'm very, very passionate about it. The work found me, and I answered. So here we are.
I love that you phrase it in that way, and it sets us up beautifully for later. But I have a little icebreaker activity if you're okay with
Okay. Mhm.
participating. Okay, so if you were stranded on an island, right,
Oh,
and you have, your family, your dog, your basic essentials, what are you bringing to entertain yourself?
music.
Okay. You
Yeah.
just say you like dancing. You're just gonna dance it out.
I'm gonna
Okay.
dance it out till we get saved.
And the entertainment. I am bringing
Okay.
art supplies. I know I said one thing, so I'll
Mm.
bring a kit, and inside of the kit has art supplies
And
to
all of the things.
entertain
Smart.
my gaggle of children. Yes. Okay,
Hmm.
so I love that you set us up. You're from Oklahoma. You moved over here, which makes sense. How are you transitioning from Oklahoma to San Antonio? Like, how is that?
Well, I mean, I've been here for 7 years, so I think the
Okay.
transition is complete.
Okay.
But at first, it was a lot, just to kind of be in a different space, different culture out here. But I will say, I feel like now I am blooming. I'm doing my best to put myself out there, to go to different events, to learn the community better, because I am a community-based person. So I've been doing my best, and I've been finding us and connecting and building those relationships.
That is awesome. So, just a little bit of background knowledge. We connected at a community event, Mommy
Mhm.
Alana's wellness event, which was absolutely beautiful. And
Lord.
and your table was like such a vibe. It was purple. It was feminine. It was a vibe. I'm like, I want to connect. So you're out there doing your thing. Okay.
Thank you.
So let's talk about the breadcrumbs. Let's get into it. The breadcrumbs. So, just a little knowledge. I too am a holistic healer in
Hmm.
sound. So I understand. I feel as though there's a mutual understanding that we have, but people who aren't familiar, let's talk about the breadcrumbs leading up to your calling, right? Where you notice like, oh, I'm suddenly interested in this. Can you kind of share what that looked like for you?
Yes, that made my heart start beating because it's so personal, it's so in me. So I'll kind of take us back a little bit. At first, I wanted to be a lawyer because of the passion that I have. I knew that I wanted to help to amplify voices.
Mhm.
That's always been very important to me. And as someone that has experienced violence, I wanted to make sure that I could be some type of role for those who have as well. But then I quickly learned that I wanted to do something that was a little bit deeper. I wanted to be with them while they were going through the journey. And deeper has always resonated in me, hence the name Deeper Healing.
Mhm.
And I took my pain and essentially I transmuted it.
Mhm.
So going through my master's program, it became more and more clear the people that I wanted to work with, what I was passionate about, my niche became very apparent to me.
Mhm.
And going through my master's, I also went through my spiritual awakening.
Oh,
And a
wow.
lot of things came to me and became very present to me. And a lot of ancestral medicine started to wake up with me, and it became very clear what it is. that I wanted to do and how that was going to start to form itself. The name Deeper Healing itself came to me in a dream. And it's been there ever since. And I believe in the rootedness of ancestral medicine that works to heal us, so that way we can show up in community
Yeah,
because community is everything.
it is. That is beautiful.
Thank you.
I just want to sit just to let it settle in. That is really beautiful. Okay, so let's talk about balance. So a lot of times people don't really have the awareness that they're like multifaceted, their body, mind, and spirit. And you could be going through evolution in one part of being and
Hmm.
still have to operate in another part. So you were
Hmm.
sharing how you were going through your spiritual awakening while
Hmm.
still in school. Talk to me about like balancing that. Like, what did that look like to balance something so profound while still walking around like
Hmm.
I'm regular every day right now
Hmm.
in class?
Hmm. Honestly, I will say there had to be a disruption in my balance. It didn't go with, oh, I'm going to be this person and I'm going to be this person. No, I had to choose and go all in with who it is that I was becoming. And so I had to honestly do some death and some rebirth. And then I had to be okay with the new creation, the new founding, the awakening of me. So, mm, I felt like balance was needed at first, but then I learned I just had to let go and I had to be willing to give in to me.
The surrendering of it.
Hmm.
Every time I think of surrender, I think of like a rushing river holding onto a branch. It's just like just let go.
Just
Like
let go.
just let it go. Well, thank you for sharing that. So, I want to lean a little bit more into answering the call. So, we talked about the breadcrumbs, the shifting, the becoming. When did you actively decide, like, I'm going to open my practice, I'm going to incorporate a new modality within this practice? Because that's
Hmm.
something new that we're seeing in the psychology field is the incorporation of these holistic modalities. Can you kind of explore that with us?
Yes. So I got a little lost in the sauce, after going through school, like you learn what you learn and things are supposed to look a certain way. That's what you were taught.
Right.
So it took me, honestly, this is 2026 now. So like last year is when I decided, okay, I'm going full in. I had to return to my roots because I was getting very, got to get this money, got to get clients, got to
Yeah.
do this, got to do that. It needs to look this way, all of that. And
Mhm.
then last year, I decided, oh no, like I need to return, like I said, to the roots. I need to return back to the dream. I needed to return to my water and my candle. I needed to go back to basics.
Yeah.
And as I've gotten back to basics and I have again been that little branch and just decided to let go and flow down the river,
Mhm.
it has become so much easier because I'm showing up as me. My clients are showing up as themselves and they are getting the best version
Mhm.
of me. And I love being able to bring in these holistic modalities, doing the somatic practices, bringing in the ancestral medicine, doing the brain spotting. And my clients, I mean, they get the work. And we know that this work is multi-layered.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I hope that answers your
No,
question.
it does. It leads us beautifully into the next section about holding space.
Mhm.
So, how can you kind of go deeper in on how you create and cultivate an environment that honors both mental health and spirit, especially for
Mhm.
you since you have your own particular belief system? Like, what if
Mhm.
someone is coming in with a completely different belief system? Like,
Mhm.
how do you hold space in that way then?
That's a good question. So I know for me, and because of my belief system, it allows me to be very non-judgmental.
Mhm.
I do put where I align very much so out there. It's on my website, it's on Instagram, all of those things. So that way there is a conscious decision from the client of what it is that you're kind of stepping into.
Right.
But I'm very non-judgmental as long as we're not causing harm to self or to others. I
Mhm.
want people to just show up as themselves. And so because I accept myself for who I am and where I am, I'm able to mirror that into people and mirror that into my space. My space is very open, it's very warm. I was very dedicated to making sure that you could actually feel empathy and actual warmth when you walk into my space. It's like a soft hug, because part of my work is to welcome people back to themselves. And
Yeah.
so it's very intentional in all of my things.
I love that. That sounds absolutely beautiful. Okay, so I just want to do a little aside because we're talking about like the work that you do, and I
Mhm.
personally share the work I do on social media. I think it's important for us to share it because I don't know why, but some of the people I work with, they seem to think like we're just walking around happy and healed at all
Oh,
times,
no.
just glowing like little fairies. I'm like, that sounds nice, but we're
Mhm.
actively doing work behind the scenes, and the work we're doing, we're just sharing with you so you can learn how to do the work. So I love
Mhm.
that. Okay, so let's talk about red tape of therapy, right? So, therapy has its own ethics and stuff like that. How do you align? Like, this is me really geeking out, wanting to know the red tape behind. But how do you align your practices? Do they fit inside of each other? Like, what does that look like?
That's a good question. So I think that I kind of had to really like let go of what was taught to me, because it was taught to me that we're supposed to be like this,
Right.
very stationary, very kind of aloof when it comes to clients. And my clients don't need that. They need me to be warm, to be empathetic, to be engaging in what it is that they're saying. So I kind of align my practice to my clients and what the real need that I saw was.
Mhm.
And as I've said, like repeatedly at this point, community is everything.
Yeah.
And in order for us to really engage in community, we have to be open, we have to be receptive, we have to be listening ears, being empathetic, and all of those things. And so by bringing that in, that's how I was able to align to what I really saw community-based needs are,
Mhm.
being there for people, because a lot of people honestly are feeling lonely. There is
Yeah.
this tenderness that's happening right now within community, and there is a need for softness. There is a need for understanding. There is a need for slowness, and I try to bring that, and that's how I align myself.
That's beautiful. There is a huge need for the feminine energy. A
Mhm.
100%. Um,
Mhm.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much. I wanted to pause for a second. Like my spiritual team is talking to me while I'm talking to you at the same time. Like, hold on.
Oh, I love that.
Okay, so let's talk about how your clients are usually entering space with you. So,
Mhm.
when I hold space with people, they're typically like on the precipice of burnout. They're numb. They're just
Mhm.
they're feeling heaviness. Is
Mhm.
there a consensus of how your clients are coming in? It's going to lead us into the follow-up. I just want to know,
Mhm.
like, what are the early signs that you're seeing?
I typically see that feeling of being lost,
Hmm.
not being able to connect with self, struggling with interpersonal relationships, and almost like this feeling of, I know that there's something better. I
Yeah.
need to get unstuck. I don't want to be rooted here anymore. So we need to dive deeper, cut the roots, and replant somewhere else in a place where the soil is soft, the soil is rich, and I can grow.
Oh, I love that. That's beautiful. Okay, awesome. All right, so then what are the early warning signs before someone gets to the feeling of like feeling really lost or confused or what have you? Are there early warning signs that they can kind of be like, oh, I might need some support right now? Can they catch it in
Mhm.
advance? I don't
Mhm.
like the word
Mhm.
warning, but yeah, what would that
Yeah.
look like?
I think it would look like, first of all, we have to be able to pay attention to ourselves.
Mm,
So when you start to feel it in your body, that's going to be your best sign of, oh, something is going on. We're having extreme fatigue. You see, my shoulders just moved. We've got tension in the shoulders, maybe some neck pain. It's hard for me to kind of find that motivation. The things that used to bring me joy just aren't quite hitting anymore.
right.
And then those interpersonal relationships, we're not getting along like we used to. Something's going on.
Mm,
I'm a little more snappy, or I'm just disinterested. Like
mm.
I'm not connecting in the way that I'm used to.
You make really good points. And you made mention of early warning signs in the body. So,
Mm.
what does that look like if someone has a difficult time being in their body? Like, are there activities that they can do while trying to navigate whether, okay, if I need help, their own personal journey? Let us know.
Yes, yes. That's kind of like one of my favorite things too, why I really love somatic bottom-up therapy. Because a lot of people are disconnected from their bodies. Whenever I'm guiding clients through like brain spotting, they're like, oh, this is where this thing is sitting.
Mhm.
So yes, when you are not really aware of what is coming up for you, I like to do some simple breath work.
Mhm.
I really, really emphasize stillness in my practice as well because we're always moving. Society has us always moving. Gotta get here, gotta do this, need to do this, need to do this. Slow down. Let's take a couple of breaths. Let's be intentional in our breathing. And like, let's count our fingers and let's count our toes. Let's put some gratitude in our breath. And be curious about what may be coming up. I also like to do guided meditations. That's been very good for the clients that struggle to get in touch with their bodies.
Oh yeah, that's guided meditation is wonderful. It's like someone holding your hand as you're
Yes.
going into the pool is what it looks like.
Hmm.
Okay, so what would you say to someone who's hesitant about incorporating holistic modalities like meditation or sound like, I don't know what that is. What are you saying
Hmm.
to them?
Well, first of all, I respect the hesitancy. I'm always curious as to, what is the fear behind it? And I've been able to learn that there is, even though there's the desire to reconnect with self, there's a fear of like, okay, what am I going to find there? And then how am I going to deal with it? And then are you really going to be here when I find it?
Mm-hmm.
And so I try to create a whole lot of safety. Again, that's me incorporating that slowness of, okay, you're not sure about it. Well, then let's get curious. Let's ask some questions. Here's maybe something that you can look into and do in your own downtime. And then ask me questions about it, and we can see how that might flow into your practice. I really respect how people come into the room. And I try to give a lot of room for whatever may be coming up. So if there's that hesitancy, that's okay. You
Mm-hmm.
don't have to dive straight into it because it's heavy work.
Yeah.
So let's just talk. Let's just talk. Let's see what's going on. Let's build trust.
Mm-hmm.
And when they are able to trust me and trust themselves, that leads to the door opening, making them more curious about how these other things can start to come in and be helpful.
Mm. So let's talk about them coming in and being helpful. What is the benefit for layering modalities like talk therapy and sound healing in a single session? Why is that helpful?
It's helpful because we're multi-layered people.
Period.
And when we come in and they can see human, not perfect, don't got it together, then
Mhm.
there's that sense of relatability, which automatically just kind of, all right, I don't have to perform.
Right.
And I talk a lot about that too. Like, this is your space to get it out. You don't got to impress me. I am not your final word. You can tell me no.
Mm-hmm.
You have boundaries, you have autonomy. This is you. So let's be open to all of the you-ness. There's no judgment here.
Yeah.
So that's where that multi-layered work really kind of comes in. Again, really, really heavy on establishing that trust, establishing that sense of rapport of, okay, like I got you and you got you. You really are here. You really are present. You've done the hardest thing of walking to the door.
Mm-hmm. And now it begins. I love that.
Mhm.
And I love that you mentioned like how multiple modalities is helpful because traditional therapy, it feels like to me as a consumer of it, I suppose, or participant rather, it feels like opening up a wound and then your 50 minutes is up and it's like, okay, well, best of luck on your healing. See you next week. And so now you have this open wound and you're like, well, what do I do? And
Mhm.
so incorporating other modalities, it helps move the energy around while you are
Mhm.
addressing it. So I think I
Mhm.
really enjoy multiple modalities because it feels like it expedites almost the process rather than
Mhm.
let's just keep opening the band-aid every week.
Yes, and I love that you said movement. I think that's what people, I see a lot on threads, and people talk about like the stagnancy that they are feeling. And medicine is moving. You should feel like you're shifting, you're going down that river, we're moving. And so I love that you brought that up because that's so accurate. We don't want to get stuck in just talking and talking and talking about the thing. No, we have to do the thing. And I tell my clients all the time, you meet with me for 1 hour out of 168 in the week.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to have to do the work outside, hence homework. We love homework.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we keep that movement. It can't all just rely on this one space. Other things have to happen, hence it being multi-layered.
Yep, it is. I love that. You are the change that is happening. There's a new wave coming in, and I just love it. I love to see it. We both are. Come on now. All right,
Yes.
so let's do a soft landing. How
Okay.
do you continue, or how there's a better way to word this. How do you feel as though your practice as a healer will continue to evolve beyond this phase? Do you see
Mm,
any upcoming breadcrumbs leading you into a new direction?
mhm. Oh, okay. That's a good question.
Feel free if you don't want to
So,
answer it. That's fine too. Listen.
no, that's okay. I can put some things out there. In terms of, I know that the vision is for it to return home.
Mm,
There is going to be less and less of the traditional, I don't even want to call it traditional, of spaces that don't, or that ask us to conform.
yeah.
I want to open the space so you know that there's already room for you.
Hmm.
You're not you're not too much, nor are you too little. However you show up is more than enough.
Hmm.
And very heavy into bringing ancestral medicine, very heavy into authenticity of self. And the more that that starts to be our beacon to come home, the more that people will start to answer and be comfortable with the medicine that already exists within them. I'll put it like
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Deja. Let them know where they can find you, the things you have going on.
Yes. Okay. So you can find me on Instagram. It's deeper healing underscore. Again, that's deeper healing underscore, nothing fancy. You can also book a consultation with me. I am currently accepting clients. I have an in-person venue spot where we all come, and I also do virtual. And I do sound baths too. So come on in. You're going to get the works. We have a lot of different things that's happening. I can't speak on all of it, but there's a lot that's coming, and I'm really, really excited for this year.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for sitting with us again. Have a great one.